Hello viewers, welcome to India Today. This is Maruti Acharya
And I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
and we just completed watching early morning show of Amaran starring Sivakarthikeyan, Sai Pallavi, and the movie is directed by Rajkumar Palnisamy and the movie is produced by Kamal Hassan, that is the Kamal films. So Sanjay.
It was emotional. First thing, it is not very common that films tend to become tearjerkers for me. The bandwidth is really usually quite high, but when it's about the army and it's about our soldiers, it's about India as a country, it is the emotion is always there as an Indian, and this film also rightfully made use of that and excelled in bringing out probably one or two drops of tears as well, which was surprising. Talking about the film, practically speaking, there might be a couple of things that we'll point out from the film, but as an experience, as an emotional ride, it was just brilliant. It's something that everybody should watch. Everyone who loved Shersha, everyone who loved Uri, everyone who loves films like this will certainly love a film like Amaran, and do go to the theatres and watch it, is what I'd say. This film is supposed to be a full house. It isn't right now, but just how Uri picked up pace slowly and went on to attain the success that it did, this film also should. So that is what I'd like to say about the film.
Yes, so coming to the positives and negatives, first we'll talk about the negatives. I feel the length of the movie is actually a little stretched, especially in the second half, in the sense that what I'm trying see again, whenever we are talking about any army film, right, it is very difficult to differentiate from the theme and talk about the movie, like the movie making as separate. So I hope that is very clear. So I'm talking in the cinematic perspective. The act of balancing both emotional scenes and missions, I feel in some places went a little overboard, and because the setup is happening for example, let's take it's about the mission, the setup is happening for the mission, even though the emotional scene is good as a scene, it is adding to the bigger picture, but it is like an interruption. So either they could have taken it in a very smooth, it was not smooth is what I wanted to say. So that is one, and I think other than that, rest of the movie is good.
I also felt like at places it was a bit of a lag, especially when it felt like they were trying to add extra emotions to a scene, when they were trying to build that. Yes, it hit us right, all of that happened, but in between, before it started, there was a few scenes where, before the climax, where it felt like it was a stretch. And another thing that I'd like to point out as a negative in this is, in the first half and right until the climax, at some parts, it felt like the BGM, they were trying to feed the BGM and trying to feed some emotions into the audience until it got to the climax. Again, climax was just perfect. But until that point, the BGM at points were feeling like they were trying to make you feel something, trying to make you feel emotional, or trying to bring that pride into you. So those are the two negatives that I would point out in this film.
Yes, so coming to positives, the first...
all of it.
Yes, most of the film, it's definitely good. But the main thing that I really liked in this movie is, if you take army backdrop movies or biopics of, warrior soldiers, the limitations are very, very high, because the themes that are being discussed, the way the missions will progress, and if you're actually following the news regularly, what is the actual incident. So for a filmmaker to play around all these limitations and still give you an emotional, gripping, cinematic experience becomes very, very difficult. Other than few hiccups, I feel the director managed to pull off that piece of it brilliantly. It can be emotional, the exploration of family angles, and every callback in the movie, starting from, not giving you any spoilers, there's something about crying, there's something about emotions, there's something about a mother dialogue. I am telling you that mother character in the movie is the most relatable mother ever. After Velaila Patadari, the mother in this movie is the most relatable one. Every dialogue that she is saying and every reaction to the situation is so her, so pure. So I fell in love with the character. So again, now that we are talking about performance, Sivakarthikeyan, oh my god, no wonder he's such a phenomenal performer, and the kind of efforts he has put in, and especially in the action sequences, the way he just blended into the role. like not the choreography also complimented. We'll get to
Yes.
that, but as a performer, he did brilliant. Sai Pallavi also in the emotional scenes, and her role in this movie is a little tricky because she's a Malayali Tamilian who's trying to balance both the languages. So she, because it's a Tamil movie or because we are watching a Tamil version, they didn't totally make her a Tamilian. She's talking how in general Malayali Tamil people, the cross language thing happens. She's trying to do that, but it didn't feel like she's overdoing it. It was beautifully done. The cute little baby also in whatever scene she was there, I really liked it. So overall the performances were good. Next action sequences.
Yes. So yeah, performance again. Even though he spoke about it, one shout out I'd like to give to Sai Pallavi for her acting. Especially there is this one scene. That scene
Yeah.
you will. Normally I don't like those scenes, but even this scene when it started, I did not like it. That's a personal choice, not as a critique that I'm talking about. It's a personal choice, preference. But
Oh, God.
she just wins you over through that scene as it progresses, and shout out to her. Coming back to the action sequences, which are mostly my favorites, beautifully choreographed, all of them. Camera work here and there might seem a little sketchy, might seem like, is this working there, is this not working, is it necessary, could there have been something better? But choreography wise, execution wise, acting wise, even because acting is a major part even
Correct.
while you're performing the choreography, and acting wise, everybody in the film, all the soldiers, whoever played whatever roles as a soldier, everybody aced their roles. The gripping, the grittiness, the intensity, the ferociousness,
Correct.
all of it was just on point in all the action sequences. Which is why if you watch one of the sequence, you will be waiting for the next one and the next one and the next one until the film ends. It's just beautifully choreographed. I don't think I have any qualms with the action choreography or the scenes per se. It's just that some cinematography before the action started, not while it was going on, before it started, the prelude to
Setup.
the action, that I had some murkiness towards. Okay, is this the latest that you could do, or why is this idea being used here? Is something that I felt.
Yeah, and another important thing is, once I want to clear to all the people is, when I was entering, in my head, Amaran is a biopic of a Indian army soldier, and when I was coming out, also my feeling is same. Whatever the negativity that is coming around the movie, especially after watching the movie, I am telling you, I didn't feel any of those.
I did
tropes
not
being
feel
pushed.
any negativity even in the
Nothing.
screens. Everybody who watched it loved it.
Everybody who
It
watched
felt
it loved
like
it.
everybody were on that emotional journey. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say, in a lot of times they say, Major Mukund Varadarajan deserves more love. No, Amaran as a film also deserves a lot of love. It is a beautiful film, well executed. There are hiccups, but still, as a whole cinematic experience, it is worth your time in theaters. Not just this movie. This is our opinion. You can have a different opinion. Whatever is your opinion, go to cinemas, watch movies, support cinema. That is all we will say.
And if you say that if Major Mukund deserves more love, come to the screens, watch this film and show that love to the soldier.
Correct.
I think that is one way for you to pay tribute to this great soldier, the martyr for our country.
Yes.
That is one suggestion. Do go and watch this film. Is a definite recommendation from us.
Yes, and this review is mostly about our initial thoughts after we come out of the theater.
This
without
is
even-
literally the theater.
Yeah.
We just walked out of it.
so that our thoughts can be rawly communicated. It's like two friends talking after you come out of a movie, bro. How was the movie?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that is how we are trying to get. So hope you like it. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. And a small Kutti story which is not related to the review, but very, very important. In the movie, when there is a scene about how he becomes major. There's that promotion thing happening, and I feel, guys, whoever is watching, if you're in HR position, if you're the boss, promotions are not just a seat or a position or a cabin. It is a validation and satisfaction for the efforts that employees put in. So it is very, very important for you to be very mindful and considerate when you're giving promotions. You're not doing a favor. They deserve it. And employees, if you're not getting it, you should fight for it. Yes, with that, this is Maruti Acharya,
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
and you're watching India Today. Thank you so much.